It's the NFL on EA Sports, where we'll see two of the NFL's oldest and most storied franchises. It's the Detroit Lions and the Green Bay Packers, and it's kicking off next on Madden NFL 25.
First opened in 1957. Welcome inside what's still one of the great stadiums of the NFL. Legendary Lambeau Field in Green Bay, home of the Packers. Good to be in the booth with Greg Olson. I'm Mike Tirico. Greg, this is a passing league. You know that from your days. It's evolved even more into a game in the air. And boy, do we have a couple of quarterbacks who know all about moving their team via the pass.
Yeah, and I think we're going to see this ball thrown early and often throughout the game. And anyone who loves offensive football, this is certainly a treat. And you said it, Mike. This league has turned more and more with each passing season into a passing league. If you can't throw, if you can't generate points through the air and explosive plays, it is going to be very difficult to compete and win week in and week out in today's modern NFL.
The veteran Brandon McManus ready to kick this one off. And off we go from legendary Lambeau. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. So that Detroit offense taking the field for the first time. Number 1 overall pick in 2016 leads them out, Greg. It's quarterback Jared Goff.
There's just certain guys, Mike, when they take the field and they step into the huddle, the other 10 players, they just take a little bit of a deeper breath. They're like, man, I'm glad this guy is on our side, and he's certainly one of them. He just brings an element of confidence to everybody else around him, not only in the huddle, but on the sideline, on the defense, the coaching staff. Everyone is better as the result of him being your quarterback.
And they'll bring him down, but not until he gets to the 38-yard line.
And this is what you can do when you have one of the best receivers in the game. You understand that even if the coverage is not perfect for the play call, sometimes it's just as simple as, my guy is better than your guy, and we're going to just keep giving him a chance.
They move Laporta, sending him in motion. His throw left side is complete. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35.
What a luxury that certain teams, when they have a guy like this, I mean, not only is he the big target, but then to have that size and speed to run away from these linebackers and do so much of his damage after the catch.
First and 10. Williams in motion. On play action. Goff. First down throw there is incomplete.
Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on first down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the first down here? Or is the idea to just make 3rd down manageable and take your chances picking up a key 3rd down?
And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
Well, I think it's pretty clear what the week's plan was, and that was to get the quarterback in a rhythm right out of the gate. You got to imagine as the game unfolds, they'll sprinkle in some runs. But so far, it's been their passing game to get this game started, and that last one results in a first down.
Open man, it's Jameson Williams. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. Up now for 2nd down and 4. Now Goff. To the end zone there, but it is incomplete. Seventh play of this opening drive, and here's 3rd down. Out of the shotgun, it's Goff. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult. difficult defensively. It'll set up a fourth down.
And this passing game continues to come up short these last couple plays. That's 2 consecutive incompletions in a row. Now they're staring fourth down right in the face.
Bates' kick is good. And the Lions will take a 3-0 lead.
A lot of times as an offensive player, you come off the field, you're not thrilled to end a drive like this with a field goal. But I think in this case, you can label it a success. You were able to operate your offense. You were able to quiet this crowd just a little bit and come away with an early lead.
3 points on that opening drive. We'll see the response as the kick's away. For the return, it's Keyshawn Nixon. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Green Bay offense set to go to work for the first time. And they're led by the man who waited his turn, the 2020 first-rounder, Jordan Love.
There was a lot of questions surrounding Jordan Love. Was he the long-term answer in Green Bay following in the footsteps of the legendary Aaron Rodgers? And I think last year in his first season as a full-time starter, he certainly quieted a lot of those questions. He spent time early in his career watching from the sideline, and he wasted no time showing he's one of the top young quarterbacks in the entire league.
First throw of the game is going to be intercepted.
This is an area of the offense, Mike, that's going to have to find its rhythm now as this game unfolds. They talked all week, come out early, get some completions, settle down this quarterback. Well, in return, he throws an early pick. It's too early to go away from the game plan. There's a lot of game left, but this passing game is going to have to get on track throughout the rest of this game.
The Lions offense going to take over now for the second time. They had the field goal on the opening drive to take the early lead. See if they can improve on it here. 3-0 is our score, and it's 1st and 10. Now the first carry for the Alabama speedster, Jahmyr Gibbs. And drawing some oohs and ahs from the crowd, sidestepping his way. Nifty gain of 9 there. A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. They move Laporta, sending him in motion. A 2nd down throw for Goff. That's taken in by Khalif Raymond. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
These hitch routes, they're usually just designed to pick up a few safe yards. An easy completion, get some rhythm for your quarterback. However, this time, he's able to make a little magic happen after the catch and turn it into something much bigger than even they were probably anticipating.
They move Laporta, sending him in motion. On 1st down, it's Goff. That's a short one caught by Laporta. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
I wouldn't be surprised if some point here in the future, Mike, this quarterback drops back. It looks like the same old hitch route underneath, and they give a pump fake and go. You can lull a defense to sleep with a lot of these underneath quick game passes, and once you do, you can try to go for the big one.
Off the play fake, here's Goff. That is hauled in at the 5. Out of bounds, but in business. They mark him down near the 2. It is a huge play for Detroit. 31 yards.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
They'll go big, 3 tight ends in the formation for 1st and goal. They'll run with Montgomery, trying to fight his way into the end zone, but they will mark him short, down at the 1. The ball a little closer now. It is 2nd and goal. They'll run with Gibbs. And he will not get to the goal line. In fact, he may have come back a little bit, and now it is third and goal.
In these goal-to-go situations backed up on your own goal line, Mike, what they teach the defense is it's your job to establish a new line of scrimmage, and that's exactly what they did here. Watch the push they get. The offensive line goes backwards, and they take the ball carrier down for a loss.
And he is not going to get in. They make the tackle at the line of scrimmage. That's going to bring up fourth and goal.
Let's get a camera on this defensive coordinator, Mike. He's got to be fired up from what he sees from this defense. Huge stop there, no gain, forces a fourth down.
So instead of going for the first down, in comes the field goal unit. Bit of a surprise here. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Lions, on the strength of 2 field goals, take a 6-0 lead.
You know, I think it's safe to say here, Mike, as this offense leaves the field, they wanted to stay out there and go for it. But I think in this case, the coach is playing the long game. He understands that these 3 points now can end up being very valuable as this game moves along.
So the lead stands at 6-0 as this one is kicked off. The return starts from the 5. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Packers offense ready to see what they can do on their second possession. The deficit, 6 points. So a touchdown here would be mighty nice for the offense. Now the first carry of the game for Josh Jacobs. And he'll get about 6 there, setting up second down. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And he will not be able to get free, picking up only a yard. Now, it's third down. Out of the shotgun, it's Love. In trouble, and he's going to be taken down. That is Marcus Davenport in there for the sack.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sitting duck for this pass rush.
Fair catch called and made right there at the 25-yard line. The Lions offense ready to get back at it. They work with a 6-point advantage as they start this drive on 1st and 10. Williams in motion. On 1st and 10, here's Goff.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
2nd and a yard. Sending a receiver right. Throwing on 2nd down. Goff. That's right side and brought in by Williams.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
They'll go play action with Goff. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Goff. Right side, it's Laporta, the tight end. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35.
They've done a nice job spreading the ball around. Make the defense have to account for as many different weapons as possible here early. But think back to our conversation with this coaching staff, Mike. They identified this guy as someone they needed to get involved early and often, so that might be his first target. I don't think it's going to be his last.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Goff gives it to Gibbs. And that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up 2nd down.
He was tackled at the 27-yard line. A 6-yard pickup brings up.
1 quarter in the books. 6-0 is our score. And 4. They'll bring St. Brown in motion. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. To the right side, that's St. Brown. And he's not going to be able to get away. Good defense on the perimeter. It'll be a loss of yardage.
Man, what a big-time play here by the corner. It feels like he knew that play was coming before the ball was even snapped. You can see he sticks his foot in the ground and bursts. He ends that play before it even has a chance to get started.
They move Laporta, sending him in motion. Now, faking the game. Oh, that's the one thing they couldn't have there, the sack that might take them out of field goal range.
They probably would have been better off just handing the ball off to the running back, Mike, because when they used him as a decoy, nobody fell for it. By the time he finished his fake and got his head around, the defense was all over.
Out comes Jake Bates to try a field goal here. This a 57-yard attempt. And he missed it. It's no good. And this is going to remain a 1-possession game.
And this is the danger of trying these long field goals. Remember, Mike, if you miss, the other team gets the ball at the spot of the kick. So it's going to end up setting them up for great field position as they start this next drive.
Love to throw it on 1st down. Quick throw, taken in. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards. 3. Off the play fake. Here's Love. He'll let this go deep for the end zone. That ball incomplete. Got the hands in there to break it up. Could have been a big gainer. Instead, it sets up a 3rd down.
Well, if you're going to target him in the end zone, you better come correct, man, because this guy, he embraces those moments of one-on-one coverage when it matters the most, and I think he just saved 6 by getting his hands on that one.
Here's Love. That'll be caught. It's Josh Jacobs. And he's going to have the 1st down. It is a gain of 6. Good conversion on 3rd down.
Mike, I think we make so much of all these fancy routes, right? The selling, the head fakes, getting in and out of the break. And while that's really important to create separation, that's really more of a man beater. That's when teams want to just play you one-on-one and you have to beat the defender. Against zone defense, like we saw here, it's a lot more simpler. Understand the concept of the play, understand where the holes in the defense are, and get there and be friendly to the quarterback. And if you're open, stay open. That's NFL route running. That's what the best guys do.
Here's 2nd and 6. We'll go play action with Love. They go sideline, and he stays in bounds. Got the feet down in time. It's a first down. It's a first down and a gain of 16.
This is why the timing of these routes is so critical. If that ball is thrown a little bit later, he's unable to keep his feet in bounds, but instead the quarterback is on time and accurate, and the receiver does a nice job not only securing the catch, but ensuring that both feet remain in bounds.
They'll run the draw with Jacobs. He'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
Clearly trying to catch the defense by surprise, Mike. If the draw works, it's a touchdown. But being down here in the red zone, this is a tough spot on the field to get away with running that draw play.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Here's Love. That's thrown right side, but incomplete.
I think he just rushed that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an easier throw out there that wouldn't make him have to throw such a tight window ball and put his receiver in a tight spot.
He's got a man. It's Dobbs. He is in. Romeo Dobbs. Touchdown, Green Bay.
Mike, we used to have a saying that it was the responsibility of the receiver to run the route through the eyes of the quarterback. And I think this is a great example here. Two guys clearly on the same page. Quarterback expected his target to be in a certain place at a certain time. He's there, ball's delivered accurately. He's able to pick up the rest with his legs, and that's a big-time connection for the touchdown.
Now to add the extra point. He gets it to go, and the Packers move out in front by a point. It's 7-6. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Here's Craig Reynolds to return. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. Here's the Detroit offense now, headed back onto the field. The deficit is 1, as they'll search now for that go-ahead score. To throw is Goff. Working free downfield, it is Williams. How about 25 yards to start the drive? First down.
Didn't take them long to get now to their opponent's side of the field. I like the idea of starting this drive with some explosive pass plays. That's going to open everything up, both underneath in the passing game and on the ground. So big play to get this drive off to a fast start.
They move Laporta, sending him in motion. On play action, Goff. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
On second down, Goff. That'll be caught. It's Jahmyr Gibbs. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
The thing that jumps out to me the most, Mike, is just how often the quarterback is able to throw the ball to his first read in the progression. So hats off to the play caller. Him and the quarterback seeing the game through the exact same set of eyes, and there is a lot of room to operate.
They move Laporta, sending him in motion. Here's a handoff to Gibbs, left side. And he'll work forward for about 3. It's second down. Out of the shotgun, it's Goff. He finds Raymond for the completion. A pickup of 15 in the air. Good for a Lions first down.
First down, Detroit.
Not a whole lot complicated about this play, Mike. That was understanding where the holes of the defense were. Remember, in this zone coverage, you got to find green grass, get past the first down marker, be friendly to the quarterback, and then the ball has to be out on time before those zone defenders can react to the receiver. It's exactly how it played out here. You can drop all the fancy plays you want, but when the quarterback and the receiver see it through the same set of eyes, it's virtually impossible to stop.
And that'll be a pickup of 3. Second down and 7. Once again, it's Gibbs. He'll turn this into a gain of about 4. It's going to lead to third down. Goff to throw. To the goal line and in. Khalif Raymond. Touchdown, Detroit. That a big score, Greg. They continue to get points, but after not getting touchdowns, this has to feel really good to this offense.
It really does, and I think anytime you can build on your confidence that now you know the rest of this game, you can finish these good drives. Coming away with 2 field goals, those are wins for the defense. So now a win for the offensive side of the ball, and got to see now if you can keep this rolling throughout the rest of this game.
Bates, good, with the extra point. And the Lions are in the lead by the score of 13-7. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Here's Nixon on the return. Oh, he's got room past the 30. And they'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line. Out comes the Green Bay offense now as they get set to take over again. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Jacobs. The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3. And 7. From the gun, it's Love. Short pass taken in by the tight end.
These are the play calls, Mike, that offensive coordinators use to just get their quarterback and their passing game into some sort of rhythm. Easy pitch and catch, get the ball out of his hand, see a completion. These typically, as the game goes on, lead to bigger and bigger gains.
Now, on 3rd and 2, they'll try and throw for it. He's going to have the first down and then some. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line. To the line for 1st down and 10. Back to throw is Love. A throw on the move is caught. And he's very close to a touchdown. They mark him just shy of the goal line.
Man, they're just running this 2-minute drill to complete perfection. It is such a point of emphasis of every offense, Mike. These end-of-half scenarios to come away stealing points make a big impact on the outcome of the game, and they're knocking on the door here, 1st and goal. At the very least, got to come away with some points.
Trying to find a crease in there. It's a big pile of bodies, but he is going to come up short.
This defense is able to get the hold here on 1st down, Mike, but they might have to do it 3 more times. I think if I'm this offense, I'm saying this is 4-down territory. I've got 3 more shots to gain 1 yard.
A dive, and he's in! Josh Jacobs. Touchdown, Packers. Good drive. They kept the ball. Greg, they moved it effectively down the field and finish it off on the ground for the touchdown.
So often, Mike, we see teams work on a great drive to get down here close, only to settle for a field goal. But in this case, give them a lot of credit. They put a great drive together, but they're able to capitalize and finish it off with 6.
Full time, final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. So Jared Goff and the Lions offense getting set for this next drive. And he has done everything you could ask of him coming into this one. Spread it around, hasn't taken many chances, and potentially on his way to a big game throwing the football. On 1st and 10, here's Goff. Catch is made, that is Williams. A gain of 14. Good for a quick first down.
We've really seen both teams have a lot of success moving the ball throughout this entire first half, and just seems this possession is going to be more of the same as they start this drive.
Williams in motion. Goff going to throw here on 1st and 10. Quick slant caught by St. Brown. And he's close to a first down. It's a gain of 9. Nice pitch and catch on 1st down. Throwing on 2nd down. Goff. Right side, that's Laporta, the tight end.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
On 1st down, it's Goff. This pass complete to Raymond.
Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
A 2nd down throw for Goff. Here's a screen set up for Gibbs. Now Detroit's going to use their 2nd timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in the opening half. Come up to 3rd and 3. From the gun, it's Goff. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Really nice job with the protection up front. Just nobody could get open downfield, so it's a combination of your offensive weapons have to do a better job taking advantage of that time to work and separate. But also, how impressive is that by that defense to be able to cover for that amount of time?
Bates' kick is good. And the Lions get 3 here late in the first half to take the lead.
And that's a really nice boost here before the break. I mean, you work the clock well, you're able to steal some points. The biggest thing is you're able to build a little momentum now going into the locker room at halftime.
Of this first half, kicking with the lead now, as this one is in the air. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. Up here, 1st and 10. Here's Love to throw. And that is incomplete. One final chance does not work out. Time has expired. The first half has come to an end.
All right, Michael, thanks very much as we welcome you into our downtown Orlando studios and the EA Sports Halftime Report. Both of these offenses had their share of high
point. The difference is just 2 as we begin quarter number 3. Here's Nixon on the return. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Packers offense ready to get going again. They'll have it first in this 3rd quarter. They trail by 2, and we'll start this drive with 1st and 10. They'll send a tight end in motion. On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. Off the play fake. Here's Love. This one is caught by Reed. And he's going to be taken down right at midfield.
Anytime you're facing a zone defense, you're working from your first progression all the way through. But when guys are open in this level, Mike, they don't stay open very long. So what they taught us as receivers, if you're open, stay open. And if you're not open, you better get open quick because that ball is coming out.
On the handoff, this is Jacobs. And he finds some space, tackled after a gain of 7 on first down.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the 43-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 3 to go. On play action, Love. Got a man left side. It's caught. And they're going to get this ball down to the 20-yard line.
This is clinic tape for any young wide receiver out there watching this guy run routes. He has the defender thinking everything is a go ball. Attack him vertically, and then when you get to your route depth, you stick that foot in the ground, you break in, balls on time, results in a nice first down pickup.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. A good play action with Love. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. I mean, he's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
A second down throw for Love. That complete to Jacobs. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
Defensive coordinators preach all the time, play pass defense with vision. It's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the ball, keep that to a short gain.
Backfield empties. 5 receivers in the formation for third down and 5. Out of the shotgun, it's Love. That's over the middle and taken in. He's got it.
What an impressive drive this has really been, and it's a combination of big plays and third down conversions. Now after that last third down pickup, it's first and goal. They got a chance to finish this really impressive drive and come away with 6.
Ball sitting at the 7. First and goal. It's the tight end Kraft in motion. To throw is Love. This one caught at the 4. And he's going to be down close to the goal line. Good job defensively to make sure he did not get to the end zone.
It's not the big play they were hoping for, but first down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable second down.
Throwing on second down, Love. That's to the end zone, but it's incomplete. Jaden Reed was the intended target. Now they'll be looking at third and goal.
They let a golden opportunity slip away on that one. That's the matchup that they wanted. They just couldn't quite capitalize on it.
From the 2-yard line yet again, what can they do on third and goal? Now Love. And he's in. Jaden Reed. Touchdown, Green Bay. for the point after. It's up and through. And the Packers will up the lead to 5. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Here comes a return from the 5. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Lions offense and Jared Goff set to go to work once more. And he has been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been picked apart. That is borne out in those impressive numbers. He has been terrific all game long. On 1st and 10. They move Laporta, sending him in motion. It is caught left side by St. Brown.
This may look like a simple connection, Mike, just pitch and catch, but I can promise you the amount of time these two guys have spent together on the practice field, in the meeting rooms, just getting on the same page, seeing the game through the same set of eyes, it makes what's pretty difficult seem a lot easier.
Off the play fake, here's Goff. Right back to St. Brown. They connect again. A gain of 16 on that pass play. First down, Detroit.
Throwing with anticipation, it not only requires the confidence in both your accuracy and the timing, but it also forces the receiver to be on time and where the quarterback expects you to be. And this is one of those examples, man. When those two things are on point, it results in a first down.
A run here with Gibbs. And a good run there. Going to get him 5 yards. Huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Now, Goff. He finds Raymond for the completion. And it'll be a short pickup. That's not enough for the first down. Third and a yard. They'll try and run it here with Montgomery. Heading outside, going to be close. It's going to depend on the spot. They're going to mark him short, and it is going to be 4th down.
The key to this play, Mike, was defensively their ability to stretch this ball and make him go laterally. Anytime you could force the ball carrier to go sideways on 3rd and short, it gives your defenders time to rally, make the tackle for no gain, brings up 4th down.
Out comes Jake Bates to try a field goal here. Spotted at the 45. This is a 55-yard attempt. Bates' kick is good. And the Lions will cut the deficit down to 2.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
Field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Very good kickoff. Returnable from the 4. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. Jordan Love, the rest of the Packer offense, ready for their next possession. And we run you through the highlights here. It has been a very big performance from the quarterback position. Instrumental in leading and executing, and now trying to finish strong and take his team to the finish line. 1st and 10. Here's Jacobs, and that'll go for a gain of about 4. Jack Campbell, the former 1st-round pick, there to wrap him up. It's a 2nd and 6. From the gun, it's Love. The open man is Reed. He's got it. And that's a 1st down. It will be a gain of 8.
Really nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself in your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
Room to run past midfield. And he's down on the other side of midfield. Mark him at the 48-yard line.
So as we take a look at the box score, Mike, you realize here, they got the lead. We're in the second half, but they don't have a lot of rush yards. It's because they use the passing game to score points and establish the lead. Now, how we judge their run game is from here to the end of the game. Can they pile up yards now in the second half and close this game out?
Quickly to the outside and complete. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
Breaking routes, Mike, especially outside of the numbers, everything is about the timing. If you're late with the throw, you're going to be watching that defensive back take that thing the other way for 6.
Off play action. He'll set up to throw. And they'll pick up the first down, a gain of about 4.
Nothing a quarterback loves more, Mike, than being able to pick up a first down without being forced to push the ball downfield and force it past the line to gain. He settles for the underneath check down. He's confident that his receiver is going to pick up the rest after the catch.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. To the right side here, pass is caught. And it'll be taken down at the 25-yard line.
These are the kind of plays that when you draw them up on the chalkboard, Mike, they all look great. But if you can't protect long enough, you're never going to get the receiver. I mean, think, he started on the left side of the formation in the slot, and he has to run all the way across the field to the right third. I mean, that takes a lot of time.
And the rush gets home. He'll go down. They got him.
It's so easy to underestimate the speed of this quarterback until you get on the field. They break down your pursuit angles so quickly because of that speed, so give credit to the defense. They understand it's a collective effort to contain this guy, and this time, defense wins and brings him down for a sack.
So after the loss on first, here's 2nd and 14. Now, faking the give. He bought all the time he could, but he's going to be taken down as he couldn't get a throwaway.
An 11-yard loss on the play brings up 3rd down.
So, 3 quarters now in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. Here's Love. And they're going to get him once again. He's under siege. That is 3 in a row. It's Hutch, Aiden Hutchinson, former number 2 overall pick, in there to bring him down.
As this clock continues to tick, we're getting dangerously close here to do-or-die territory. But after that 3rd down sack, real good chance of getting off the field. No points allowed. Let's see if their offense now can do their job, because defense certainly did theirs.
The Lions offense ready to get back to work. They'll do so with 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, it's Goff. And he finally is going to have to eat this one. He will go down.
That's a prototypical coverage sack. All 11 guys on the field doing their job. Starts with sound back-end coverage. Nowhere to go quick with the ball. The quarterback has no chance but to extend the play. Look for something late developing downfield. That was all the time this front needed to chase him down and bring him down for a sack.
They move Laporta, sending him in motion. A 2nd down throw for Goff. To get this complete, it's Williams over the middle.
It may not have moved the chains, but with what they were dealing with there on 2nd down, that's a really nice pickup, because now it opens up your play call sheet on 3rd down, where it's a little bit more manageable.
Here we go. 3rd and a yard. From the gun, it's Goff. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
And no run back here. Fair catch taken at the 17-yard line. The Packers offense ready to take over possession of the football. The lead is 2, and they're going to try to make something happen here, starting with a 1st and 10. To throw is Love. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
If they win this game, this pass rush is going to be a big reason why. The 5 sacks speak for itself, but their ability to disrupt the timing of this offense, that can't be overstated.
After the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. Here's Love. Taking off, he'll try to get there. Love going to get to the ground, avoid the contact, and pick up a 1st down. That's well done as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13.
This is the point in the game, Mike, where on 3rd down, you have to get off the field, and they do a great job. They defend everything in the pass routes, nowhere for the quarterback to go with the ball, but they don't keep him in the pocket. They let him escape, picks up the 1st down with his legs. They're going to be able to run more time off the clock.
Off the play fake. Here's Love. This one is caught by Reed. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a 1st down.
A lot could go wrong anytime you decide to put the ball in the air here late in the 4th quarter as you're trying to run out the clock and protect this lead. But at the same time, I like that they haven't gone super conservative, just handoff right, handoff left, and it just turns into tackling practice. So I like the balance of making the defense defend everything, because right now, possess the ball, protect the ball, and ultimately just run the clock out.
And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
These crossing concepts are frequently used, Mike, throughout the entire game, all across the league. And what it does is it creates a lot of natural rubs. You run out the backside of the defense and rely heavily on the yards after the catch, and it's exactly how they're able to pick up this big gain.
On 1st and 10, here's Love. Throw to the right flat. It is caught. And it's a gain of 19 to the 19-yard line.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there. Take a look at his eyes. You can see the quarterback clearly going through all of his progressions, and he's quick to realize there's nowhere to go with this ball. He makes the right decision and gets out of there, picks up some good yardage, and gets down on the ground.
A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. It's the tight end Kraft in motion. A 2nd down throw for Love. There's that man again, another catch. And this drive's going to continue. He's taken down, but they are set up with 1st and goal.
Just take what the defense is giving you. When you can stay ahead of the chains and just take these easy pitch and catch throws underneath, hitch routes, quick game, now it puts you in a lot more favorable down and distances to eventually attack this defense a little bit more downfield.
That's hauled in at the 2. And he's going to be down close to the goal line. Good job defensively to make sure he did not get to the end zone.
When you put plays like this on tape, it sends a message to every defender across the league. When you play this offense and this guy has the ball, you better bring it when you come to contact him, because if not, you're going to be on the wrong end of it.
Getting the tight end involved in the run game here. And he's going to get stopped in the backfield. They'll take him down at the 3-yard line.
You know, at this point, the defense has to sell out and stop the run. You know exactly what the offense is trying to get accomplished by keeping the ball on the ground. But now the question remains, are they willing to take some risk here and put the ball in the air on 3rd down? Or do they play it safe and keep running the clock?
And he will dive into the end zone. Josh Jacobs, touchdown Packers. That is 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. Greg, that's the way to handle it. Up 1, go down the field, get the touchdown, and extend the lead to 7.
Mike, the key for this offense is they were at their best when their best was needed. Being able to extend this lead late in the 4th quarter, they've got to be feeling pretty good about where things stand to close this game out.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This will be returned from the 6. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The visitors' offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. They trail here by a couple of scores. The margin is 9 as this drive starts with 1st down. Throwing, Goff. That's caught by Gibbs. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started.
A gain of 9 yards. And the Lions first down.
7-yard line for 1st and 10. Here's Goff. This pass complete to Raymond. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules. And the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to what they call punch and pivot and stop. And that tells the quarterback to put the ball on your chest. That nonverbal communication between the receiver and the quarterback, recognizing when you're open, stay open, that's the stuff that makes a lot of these offenses so difficult to defend.
The Lambeau faithful making as much noise as they can before 3rd down. Throwing here is Goff. That one taken in by St. Brown. So 2 minutes left to play in the 2nd half. Need to score quick. It's 1st and 10. It is caught left side by St. Brown. And he'll get about 8 on that one, most of it coming after the catch. It's 2nd down.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
And 10. They'll drop to throw. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
Throwing on second down. Goff. Throwing left side. And it's taken in by Williams. Out on their feet for 3rd and 4. Open man left side. He's got it. And he's going to have the first down taken down after a short pickup of 5, but it will keep the drive going.
The most impressive thing about this drive, Mike, has really just been their efficiency. They've just continued to pick up first downs, fresh sets of downs. We just saw there with that 3rd down conversion, continue to possess the ball. These opportunities to come away with points continue to go up.
Now Detroit's going to use their second timeout. Stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. Here's Goff. And this is going to be a touchdown. Hold everything. They are not done yet.
Well, that was step 1. The offense did their job, get this thing back within 1 possession, so they're still alive. But now they've got to find a way to get a little bit of luck and find a way to get the ball back, and it's not going to be easy.
Here's Bates for the extra point. It's up and good. And the Lions will cut it to a 2-point lead. All they can really do here is try to recover an onside kick.
With the rule changes on kickoff, Mike, it's just so hard to really expect to recover an onside kick nowadays. There's a lot of people pushing for kind of a radical change to this. Hey, can we make it 4th and 15? Offense gets the go. If they convert it, they keep the ball. I'm not sure that ever happens, but we can see here an onside kick, not much of a chance.
The Packers offense about ready to take over once more. They'll have a short field looking to build on the lead. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Love will take a knee, and that ought to do it. Here's the 3rd and final timeout for the Lions. And they'll stop it with a little over 30 left in the game. 2nd and 11. Victory formation here as he's down to a knee. So, it's a win for the Packers. This was a game where both offenses were up and down the field, marching the ball at will, matching each other point for point. But in the end, got a few more defensive stops than their opponents did, and that was the difference in this one. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olsen. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Packers are winners as we say so long from legendary Lambeau Field.